Hello everybody, and welcome to part 894 of curing spurts, or trying to cure spurts oil leak. It's 9 in the morning, Sunday, and so this has been on since midday yesterday, and that is rather hard for now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start just sanding it back, cleaning that lip up a little bit. None's got into the roller I'm going to do that again. Look, none's got into the roller bearings or anything like that, because I was pretty careful, but I'm going to have to get my magic eyes on it. Wanted to put them. I've got a little magnifying glass on a stand. Oh, here she is, look, which I actually bought for modelling, not the underwear kind, but plastic modelling, and it's really handy for soldering wires. If you've got a butt join wires, you can use these arms, hold the wires together, because these obviously all this moves and it's all a load of bollocks. You can get them with a magnetic stand. I'm not sure that one is actually. Nope, you can get them with magnetic stands, but it's basically for putting on a desk and sort of holding parts while you paint them and shit like that. They're really handy. But what they're also handy for is if you put them round like near that and do that, I can now see what's going on. Jesus, my finger's massive. Oh, gee, come on now. You need to clean your fingers. You might meet a young lady today. Not fucking happening. Anyway, yes, there's a couple of levels of magnification, I do believe. Or is there just one? I've got no idea. So yes, but that will give me a good look inside the lips. So yes, so that's what I'm going to be pissing around with for part of this morning. I don't know whether I'm out for breakfast or anything like that. Rose is at the Market Arbor show playing soldiers, and I don't know what anybody else is doing. So yeah, not a clue. I'm so tempted to fit the old seal and clean up the rod and put it together. And then when the new rod and seal comes, I can just put them back in again. Jim, don't wait for the new parts, you prick. Yes, we're going to wait for the new parts. So all I'm going to do is tidy that up. Oh, it's all going to go wrong. I've given it a very quick going over with the fine file, and then going over inside toll with one of my soft abrasive wheels, and this is where we are so far. I don't think that looks too bad. I can put a bit more on it if I need to, sand that back if I want that to be smooth. Just want it to work. The inside, need to do a little bit more smoothing on the inside, but it looks like the JB weld has gone into the crack. The cracks, obviously it's more visible inside, but it has got in it by the look of it, so fingers crossed. And then I thought, for something to do, I can always use this rod as a spare. I'm so tempted. I'm just filing this rough edge off, seeing where we are with it. Nice.
One eternity later.
You're in a slightly different position, because if I sit in my usual little spot, I've got the sun in my face, because it's only like 7:45 Wednesday morning. No parts as of yet. I got the part confirmation, order confirmation Friday when I ordered the seal and the clutch arm, but I'm guessing they've probably got to get the clutch arm in from Japan or somewhere like that. So there's been no stock confirmation or anything like that yet, which is unusual for Cradle Heath, because if the part's in stock, it's pretty much with you next day. They are pretty good. I don't mind waiting, know what I mean, because I've got Olive to play with and I've got Phyllis to play with. And if you've just seen those two clips, before anybody starts, the camera angle, it does skew distances and stuff like that. So you know, there wasn't any dickhead riding. The bloke on the GSXR, I heard him coming before I seen him, and I clocked him in the mirrors, going through the long shoot, cutting people up, and I thought, here we go. So of course, I wish to make good progress on the way home, and I was, you could probably hear me, I was ranting at the black car in front that decided at the last minute to go in the right lane. If you're going to go in the right lane, make good progress around the island, because basically that's what you're doing, is that you want to get round a bit quicker than the guy in the left hand lane, who was no problem. Nobody was cut up or anything like that. And then suddenly the black car decides, oh, he's found his throttle, and gets going. Now obviously as soon as we come off the island, I overtook him because it was perfectly clear in front. Remember, I can see a lot more than the camera. And then yes, Buzz Lightyear come razzing past on a solid white, and I thought, oh, he's an organ donor. Anyway, a couple of seconds after that clip, he's revving and all this lot, goes right up the arse of the little blue car I overtook on the island, right up his arse, who pulled over for him, and he pulled over for me as well, but I decided to hang back because of the garage and all that lot. You never know who's turning into the garage or coming out, and it's not, to be honest, a safe place to overtake. So I stayed behind all of them. There was a Tesco lorry in front, there was Buzz Lightyear, and then there was the blue car. Now, in the island, to go straight along the A5, you have to be in the right hand lane. Left hand lane is for the industrial estate. So we're all in the right hand lane, and then as soon as we're on the island, it then obviously becomes 2 lane. So that's when I took the car, who pulled over for me. He pulled away, and Mr. Buzz Lightyear, he was busy showboating behind the truck, giving it the unwarming my tyres up, and he's doing this and all this, like, he's not paying attention. And he had about as much rhythm as a spastic Michael Jackson. He's a point and squirt man, which is probably explains his sex life as well. He's a what's called 2-stroke Charlie. You know, I'm not being nasty or anything, but from his riding that I saw before he overtook, and then afterwards to when I decided to stuff him on the island, because he wasn't going to go. He had a big opportunity to set himself up for a nice, clean, safe overtake of the lorry in front. The lorry was aware we were there, and he decided he was too busy trying to look cool. So I stuffed him on the island, and then all the way up to that road, all the way down to the M69, he was trying to keep up. And to be honest, he bottled it in the corners. And I'm not doing anything reckless or speeding or anything like that. I'm just getting on with it, and he backed off. So he's obviously got about as much talent as wouldn't fill one of my gloves. And I'm not bragging. It's just that if you're going to go and ride like that, you know, make sure you can do it. It's as easy as that. And the 125 lads, and the next day I went in on Phyllis, enjoyed that, went down all the country lanes, and then I tend to come home down the A5. And this was, we come past through Sharnford, up to the Sapcut turning, car in front turned, and obviously the camera skews perspective. but they knew I was there, and yeah, they were up for it. So we had a little drag race, and there was loads of room. It looks like I am like perilously close to oncoming traffic and stuff like that. It wasn't like that. I don't do anything dickish. So yeah, great fun. But Phyllis actually kept up with them. Top end, they probably had a couple of mile an hour, but other than that, she kept up. So that was really funny. I was laughing my head off. But I was on this GoPro that we're filming here now, and you can tell between the GoPro and the Insta360, the image stabilisation on the 360 is amazing, because the camera mount on the Aprilia, it does this, but you wouldn't know from the footage. But if I put the GoPro in, the GoPro footage is like that. So yeah, image stability and all that, like, way better on the Insta. The Insta also gives you the opportunity to pan round and stuff, so people can get a bit of your situational awareness, even though it's a skewed angle. So yeah, that was good. And then they stopped at the lights. We had a fist bump. They were laughing their heads off. I think they'd just come from the bike night at Stony Cove. So yeah, so it's now, like I say, Wednesday. No parts are here. I've had no email to say they've been dispatched out. So it's no rush. The cover is still on the desk. I haven't touched it. I've been good. Anyway, Temu news. Temu. Let's just buy some more shite. Years and years ago, I had a CBR 750 import, and it was fitted with a Scott oiler. And it is genuinely a Scott oiler. It's one of the best things you can put on a bike if you're going to keep the bike for a few years. Fit a Scott oiler, because in 8 years I had that bike, sure it was 7 or 8 years, I only had to adjust the chain twice, and it stayed clean. It just didn't wear out because of the Scott oiler, basically. So anyway, I went to look for chain oilers, and what got suggested on Temu is that little thing. It's a reservoir, big words, push fitting for a pipe, mounting bracket. They show it mounted to an handlebar, but to be fair, it can go anywhere on the frame as long as it's above, do that again, above the chain. And then it comes with a large length of pipe, loads of cable ties, and a little bracket thing to mount or stick to your swing arm. It has a couple of aluminium sticky pads on there, I don't know if you can see them, and basically you stick them to the swing arm and then they fold around that, and that gives you the guide for the pipe to go on the chain. And the way it works is you put wheel in this, and it says on the online instructions a quarter turn, so that's off now, that's sealed, so something like a quarter turn it starts flowing, and you just undo it a little bit to adjust the flow rate, and then when you've stopped, tighten the cap again and it stops the flow. I can guarantee you I'm going to forget to shut that off, but I'm going to mount it on something, probably the Aprilia, or it might be Phyllis, wherever I've got room to mount it, and then I'll give it a go, because if it keeps the chain clean, lubricated, it's a good thing. I'm just going to, I won't get Scott oil or anything like that. I'll just put some engine oil in it, something like that. So yeah, so that's what's happening. I'm still waiting for parts. I've got a little toy coming today. I finally caved in, and I bought a gasless welder on Amazon, and then I did the old pay over 3 payments, mate. But it was only like 75 quid, but I've ordered a couple of other bits with it. So that should be coming today, because I need to weld a baffle into Phyllis. I've sort of bolted one in, but it was a bit of a rush job, and it's not seated correctly. It's actually seating a little bit too far out. So last night Phyllis was still a bit loud, not as loud as she was, nowhere near, but it's still louder than what I'd like. So I need to adjust the baffle, and then I'm going to spot weld it into the exhaust, and that will be my first time welding. So yes, I'm probably going to set 5 things and all this lot, but it's just a handy bit of kit to have. The main stand, the foot that you stand on to fill it on the main stand, has broken. And like I say, its welds broke, so I want to clean that up, take the positive battery terminal off, and it will give me a chance to do that. So yes, I shall film it, because I'm bound to fuck it up. So yeah, I'll film it. Slinky news. Slinky is now pretty much ready for an MOT. I got an insurance quote the other day and proceeded with it. Fully enough, Saga. Saga they weren't the cheapest, but they were within like a tenner. So I thought, bugger it, I'll go with Saga, because I think we're on the micro with Saga. So yes, next couple of weeks that's probably going to go for its MOT. I need to tidy a little bit of the front wings up, because what I've done is like tiger sealed the bumper to the wing to fill that little gap in. I just want to tidy that up a bit and probably give it a psst, psst, because it's white at the minute. Well, it's actually grey. You can probably see it over there. It's grey and it sticks out like a dwarf cock at an orgy. So I just want to blend it in a little bit. So yeah, that for up to Wednesday is all the news. So yes, as and when anything happens, we'll have an update of day 873, waiting for parts. But I'm quite proud of myself that I haven't fitted the cover yet with the old parts in, because it's kind of shit I do. And it's a little bit chilly this morning. The early morning heat has now well and truly effed off. It was a lovely day yesterday though. So yes, so it is a bit chilly in here. So with that, I'm going to go and get a cup of coffee. I might have a bacon and tomato sandwich for breakfast, and all that lot. And I'm waffling now. Goodbye.